Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, trolls and derps and geeks alike, I am Jonathan McCollum, and I'm here to give you my top 10 Godzilla, my top 10 favorite Godzilla fights, or worse. Not worse, but bad. Wait a minute. My top 10 is all about who Godzilla had a hard time trying to beat, or who he hasn't beaten. And there's only one monster Godzilla never beat. Actually, there's two, and it's in this list. Number 10, Mothra, larval form. Now, we all know in Godzilla vs. Mothra, or Godzilla vs. the Thing, as it's said here in the US, we all know Mothra hatches from one egg, which has a twin brother or sister, but we don't know which one's the brother or sister. But they sure give Godzilla a hard time in the Showa series. That's why I consider Mothra my least favorite character in the Godzilla franchise. Number 9, Hiro, Mechagodzilla 3 from Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Now, we all know what's inside Hiro's body. The bones of the original Godzilla. So it's like the past Godzilla is meeting the future Godzilla. And then they have a fight to see who's the stronger one. But in this case, the old Godzilla has a secret weapon. Absolute Zero. But the old Godzilla also has a time limit on how long he can fight. If he ever needs more power to fight, they use a transmitter dish from one of the White Hornets. Alright, they use a White Hornet ship to transport Hiro to where Godzilla is attacking. Also, they have a transmitting dish where if they ever need to give Hiro more power, they can just take power from the city and just send it to the satellite, send it to the transmitter, and send it straight to Hiro. And that's why Hiro is number 9 on my list. He's at least a little more popular for me than Mothra. Number 8. And I know you guys are really gonna hate me for this. Look at the name. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh, usually people would say this is the top part of their list. Well, buzz off. I hate Destroyer. Kills Godzilla's only son and has the guts to try and slice Godzilla open like a can, or like cutting a piece of fruit. Destroyer also is just plain fucking scary when he shows up in his final form. Now, I'm taking a little bit of dialogue from James Rolfe. Destroyer is just plain fucking scary. He looks like the fucking devil. Seriously, guys, if you have seen the Godzilla vs. Destroyer, and you see the adult Destroyer, that son of a bitch is the fucking devil. You look at that monster straight in the eyes, and you don't tell me those are the eyes of the devil that you're looking at. And its roar, don't get me started. I have nightmares. Number 7, Rodan from Rodan and Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. Now we know Godzilla and Rodan fight, but what were they fighting about? Honestly, were they trying to see who's the superior fighter or monster? Honestly, and how fast Rodan flies. He can outrace Sonic. I'm honest. Sonic can't. the only time Sonic can fly is with Super Sonic, with all 7 Chaos Emeralds and a large amount of rings to keep the power longer. But without the 7 Chaos Emeralds, Sonic can't fly, and he would actually be out. There's a word for faster than Sonic Boom, but he's faster. Rodan is faster than Sonic can ever get. And I think Sonic runs about 800 miles an hour. But Rodan can fly above 5,000 feet in the air. Or 5,000 knots. Or 5,000 feet. But needless to say, Rodan can beat anybody's ass except Godzilla. But when Godzilla was dropped, because Rodan decided to say to Godzilla, "Hey Godzilla, you want a dick drop? Well, here you go, buddy." I mean, that's just plain cruel. Asking Godzilla if he wants to fall on his dick. That's just nasty, Rodan. Why would you drop Godzilla on a power line? Number 6. Biollante in her rose form. From Godzilla vs. Biollante. Now, I know what y'all are thinking. Oh, Biollante's not that scary in her rose form. Before the monsters fight, you look at her look at the little round part of the mouth, and you tell me if you want to fight her as Godzilla. That rose face may look sweet and innocent, but look right in the middle, like a sunflower. Those teeth are sharper than Jason Voorhees' machete. And so are the vine mouth, the little chomper mouths on some of the vines. They are 10 times sharper than Jason Voorhees' machete. And they're 100 times sharper than Michael Myers' butcher knife. But basically, Biollante can try and kill Godzilla all she wants. The only time it's a possible chance for killing Godzilla is if his temperature is as high as he can get with the anti-nuclear energy bacteria in him. That's about the only time Godzilla can be killed, if he keeps fighting Biollante for a long period of time. Number 5. Megaguirus from Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. Now, I honestly have to say, where did the Queen Megaguirus come from? Or was the dragonfly caught in the black hole experiment that the military did? I don't know. But Megaguirus is scary as fuck, and she's powerful. And Godzilla actually almost needed help from the army again, like how he did with versus Destroyer. Godzilla was shocked to find out that Megaguirus could do an atomic attack. Like how Godzilla can breathe atomic fire, Megaguirus can just build energy in her wings and just slap her wings together and you got an atomic fireball at you. That's just copying Godzilla's moves, Megaguirus. You're just a dick like that. Number 4. King Kong from King Kong vs. Godzilla. We all know that Kong was pissed because he lost a fight to Godzilla in the first round, and that destroyed his pride. So Kong decides his revenge is going to take Godzilla's pride and dignity and trample them like Tokyo, which he did do, or Osaka. But King Kong, seriously, stop trying to steal Godzilla's pride and dignity and honor. Yeah, you lost that in the first round when you fought Godzilla as well. But needless to say, when Kong needs power, electricity never fails to aid him in a fight. So when Kong decides to be supercharged with a lot of electricity in his fingernails, he tries to beat the shit out of Godzilla and try to knock Godzilla's teeth out. Kong, you're just a brute. You're just a brute that wants to kill stuff. Honestly. Thank God you didn't destroy that octopus that attacked your island. Number 3. Space Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. And I quote from James Roth: "I've never heard of a movie that gives 2 elaborate explanations." Now, I can understand with 2 explanations, but if a movie gave 3 explanations on how one monster was formed, I would just lose my head. But needless to say, Space Godzilla is almost identical to Godzilla, but that has the space in his name, and he has crystals. He has 2 crystals on his shoulder and a crystal-like body. I mean dorsal fins, not body. And if you haven't noticed those little sharp horns on his mouth right here, those are actually like from Biollante. Number 2. Actually, I'm going to change number 2. Number 2 is Biollante's final form. Oh shit, I never even had any Kaiser Ghidorah. Alright, for number 2, I'm going to say Orga and Kaiser Ghidorah. I know what you're thinking. Oh, you can only do 1 monster per slot. Well, I changed it to top 11. So number 2, Mothra is actually now number 11. Number 11 is Mothra. Number 10 is Kiru. Number 8. Alright, number 11, number 10, number 9 is Destroyer. Number 8 is Rodan. Number 7 is Biolante's Rose form. Number 6 is Megaguirus. Number 5 is King Kong. Number 4 is Space Godzilla. Number 3 is Orga. You get that? Mothra's 11. Mothra is 11. Kiru's 10. Destroyer's 9. Rodan's 8. Rodan is Biolante's 7. Biolante's Rose form is 7. Megaguirus is 6. King Kong's 5. Space Godzilla is 4. Orga's 3. Orga is number 3. So, I have to admit, when I saw Orga for the first time on the big screen in the movie theater, I said, what in the holy aberration is that crap? Don't tell me that thing is going to be Godzilla's opponent. Sure enough, it was, but Orga was also controlling the spaceship that he had been in for most of the movie, until I think about the final 2 chapters of the movie. Basically, Orga's DNA came from Godzilla. Yes, I've said about 3 or 4 monsters from my list that have related to Godzilla. they would be Kiru, Biollante, Megaguirus, Space Godzilla, and Orga. So anyway, about Orga. This dude knows how to fight. He uses the UFO, what remain of the UFO is left. He uses that plus his own body to fight Godzilla. So basically, it's 2 against 1. And Orga does put up a good fight, but when he was desperate enough to actually open his jaw where it reached the street, I mean, I was like this in the theater. I hope Godzilla does not walk into that. But Godzilla was like this. What's in that mouth? I gotta see. I mean, I was thinking to myself, Godzilla, you are not that fucking stupid. Why would you go in there? Thank God I did not say that in the theaters, because people would have been screaming at me, hey, don't ruin the movie, kid. Even though you haven't seen it, don't ruin it. And trust me, dude, trust me, people, I did not say anything. I said to myself, what the holy shit am I seeing? Why would Godzilla go in a monster's mouth? Godzilla never opened up his mouth long enough to let an opponent go in his, because Godzilla don't have the ability to expand his jaw like Orga does. Number 2. Number 2. Biollante's final form from Godzilla vs. Biollante. Now, basically, there's a little slight difference between Biollante's final and Rose forms. Her first form didn't look like it came from you can tell by Biollante's final form, you can see green smoke coming from her, because it looked like she had just been freshly made from hell. It looked like she was constantly farting as long as you saw her. Anyway, besides the vines, and she could actually move. I'm not joking. If you can just look right near the vines where she's walking around, you can actually see where there are legs for her to use. In the first form, she couldn't move at all. She had to rely too much on her vines, which was her major weak point, besides that little big, like, heart thing. Godzilla said after he beat her first form, so that's how I beat her if she comes back. Sure enough, her second form and her second final form basically had the same major weakness, the heart. But this time, Biollante has crocodile-sized mouth with I think about 1,000 teeth inside, plus 2 really sharp teeth on her side right here. Anyway, Biollante decides to use her acid sap spray attack through her own mouth and spray Godzilla right in the eye like how she did the first time. She said, oh, since I used my acid sap spray on his eyes the first time, I think it might work again. And I mean, she sprayed constantly until you could see smoke coming from Godzilla's head, where he couldn't see where he was walking. She opened up her mouth, tries to chew his head off like a bubble gum. Honestly, she tried to chew the skull off his body like a piece of bubble gum, where he couldn't even breathe his atomic fire. So he had to, like this, and then aim up quickly and fire. But basically, Biolance's final form is 3 times stronger than her rose form, but there's the same major weakness is still there, but she does look menacing. Number 1, Kaiser Ghidorah from Godzilla Final Wars. Now, people, I'm telling you, when Monster X was changing into Kaiser Ghidorah, I was thinking, oh, do not tell me this dude has been a King Ghidorah this whole time. Sure enough, it looks like Grandfather King Ghidorah from Rebirth of Mothra 3. It looked like Grand King Ghidorah, but this King Ghidorah had an extra pair of legs in the back, like a 4-legged animal. Basically, Kaiser Ghidorah can put up one hell of a fight with Godzilla. He even tried to take Godzilla's life energy. He was close to taking all of Godzilla's life energy. Really, if you watch that part in Godzilla Final Wars, the movie, you will see Kaiser stealing Godzilla's life energy by using 3 heads right here, here, and here. They wait until Godzilla is almost dead. The military or the people in the Gotengo wait till Godzilla is almost dead to give him infinity amount of energy where he can still live and protect Earth. But Kaiser Ghidorah is more badass than Destroyer. So people, next time you think of making a top 10 toughest Godzilla monster fight list, make sure you add Kaiser Ghidorah as number 1 because of the energy stealing ability that Kaiser has. Alright, if you like this video, hit that like button in the face. Look at that! Wait a minute. If you like this video, hit that like button in the face like it's bitch. Like it's Balloon Boy. Hit that like button in the face like Balloon Boy. And double samurai slash that subscribe button like this. Double samurai slash that subscribe. Double samurai slash the subscribe and punch that like button in the face as if the like button is Balloon Boy. And I will see all you folks